Just from a logical standpoint, secular countries, they do better. Period. Secular countries they're more progressive and they do better. So, that's
Mm.
my take.
Yeah, I can't agree more with your last statement.
Secular countries.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Uh,
When you put religion into the leadership of a country, it just doesn't work. It's
well,
just you look at the history of the world. When you throw your ideology into things, and you don't there's also a secular ideology, but a lot of this issue comes from having this feeling that, oh, as a religion we're so much better. If you look at it as more of nationality and kind of race, it's not necessarily that much better, but we all want to be part of something. You can't just eliminate race and all that. Everyone likes to feel a part of something. People like their nationality, their flag. They want to say, I'm Cuban, I'm Italian, I'm Palestinian, I'm Israeli, I'm this. We need that as a people. There's nothing you can do to eliminate that. You can try all day long to get rid of borders and get rid of flags and you're going against the absolute need for human beings to feel like they belong. And you can't just say, "Oh, well, we belong to the human race." That's not going to work. It's bullshit. That's my take. I don't buy that.
yeah, no, humans were engineered to pick sides and be a
Hmm.
part of teams. There was a interesting study done where they wanted to see how quickly humans actually managed to like pick teams and root for certain sides, and they even found that when they they randomly just put people on one side versus the other. Um, so I forget how the exact study was done, but it was basically like they would show a picture of like a hand with a certain symbol on it, and if you got this symbol, then you're part of that symbol group, and if you got another one, you're part of that symbol group, and they would show it randomly to a group of people, and then they were looking at fMRIs or brain scans of the people, and they found that the empathic pathways in the brain were more activated with when something was happening to someone who was on their own team, which had just randomly been selected
Hmm.
a couple minutes earlier than for someone who was on the other team. So even when it's completely random which side you're picked, and you know it's completely random because you just were told you were on one side versus the other, our our neurochemistry and our brains actually are engineered to be more empathetic towards our team than the other team. So it's just human nature, and that's the way we are. So I completely agree with that point. Uh, and I agree with a lot of what you said in your summary. The couple points I wanted to highlight is one, in terms of moderation and getting more secular. So I agree that religion has some value from a familiar, from a sociological perspective, but I think that while it exists and while it's a primary driver of people's lives and what they do in their lives, you're going to have all the negatives that exist with it, all the negatives of the different passages in the Quran, the negatives of different passages in the Old Testament, etc. And you can't just hope that they pick the good without the bad. So
It's
if you have
pushing
that
agenda.
familial family structure, which is a good, you're also going to have the kill all infidels, or infidels have to be eliminated mentality, and at least you might not have that in the overall societal group, but you'll have it in fringes and extremism, and that will hurt the progress in any form of
Hmm.
peace. So, in my mind, as we as the world evolves and as we more information is more widely disseminated and people have access to more opposing points of view than what they're brainwashed in their upbringing, people move more towards a secular mindset, and my hope is that that will serve to eliminate the extremism and allow for more peaceful outcome without having to come up with some engineered solutions that don't really solve most of the problems, but maybe solve a couple and make people feel like they won or that they got their way.